Why body count is important. A huge and heated topic of debate these days is the body count of a woman, whether it matters, whether it should matter, and what's really going on. In order to solve this riddle, we'll cover a few seemingly different ideas. The first is natural selection and how evolution really works. Genes do not have intentions. Genes don't build humans so that things can happen in the future. Genes and the humans they build are the way they are because of what happened in the past. So let's consider a simple split test. This is just a metaphor to help understand this. We'll consider two types of guys. One type only likes virgin cave girls. The other type likes girls that are not virgins. Both of these desires are randomly built into these guys based on their genes. Each guy likes what they like, and that's that. We can even imagine that these guys don't have free will and there is no such thing as rational thought. The guys who like virgin girls will get together and have a bunch of kids. And we'll assume the guy himself is also a virgin. They are each other's first relationship. They have a very strong bond. They've never been in a relationship before, which means they've never broken up before. It's easy to imagine that this virgin couple will have a higher probability of staying together through any difficulties. This is critical because back in the caveman days, it was really difficult, if not impossible, to be a single mom. The takeaway from this metaphor is that the kids of this virgin couple will have a high chance of surviving, which means all their kids will have that gene that says virgin people are the most attractive. What about the other cave guy? He's not a virgin, and he's okay with his cave wife not being a virgin also. They get together and they have some kids. And because they both have experience with being with other people and they have the experience of breaking up with other people, their bond is not as strong as this first couple. So this couple has a slightly lower probability of staying together no matter what. And their kids will have a slightly lower probability of surviving and passing on those genes that says non-virgin people are preferable to virgin people. So over hundreds or thousands of generations, this type of gene will outpopulate this type of gene. If you're a woman, consider this idea. Who would you rather have? A guy that's taller than you or a guy that's shorter than you? The choice is obvious. There's no rational thought process needed. For men, it's the same. There's no rational thought process needed. It's an instinctive choice. High body count or low body count, preferably zero. This is driven by ancient instincts, not anything that's happening in our brain today. What's another idea? Many people today conflate two compelling versions of reality: the way they think the world should be and the way the world really is. Instead of conforming themselves to the way the world really is, people tend to spend a lot of time and effort trying to force the world to conform to the way they are. Here's another idea that makes the body count conversation frustrating to even think about for some people. According to research, when men think about potential women, men put women into two broad categories: short-term and long-term. For the short-term category, men do not care about body count. In fact, in the short-term category, men generally prefer women with the higher body count. Why? Because the perception is women with higher body count are easier to create short-term, no-strings flings with. The same goes with men. The danger comes when women feel a lot of attraction from men in the short-term category and believe that attraction translates over into men looking for women in the long-term category. It doesn't. When men look for long-term partners, they have much different criteria. Lower body count, ideally zero, is one of those criteria. And this brings us to the most difficult issue, mostly for women. There are many women today that have been led to believe that a high body count does not impede their hopes to one day find a high-quality man for a long-term committed relationship. But what if that is not true? What if having a high body count for both men and women is something that can't be undone? What if having a high body count does irreparable damage to your ability to create and maintain a high quality, healthy relationship with a high quality partner? What if the longer you participate in hookup culture, the more you damage your prospects for a healthy, long-term committed relationship? Here's a metaphor to make this even more distressing. Suppose you're in your teens and you decide that you want to eat as much as you want. It's socially acceptable. Nobody is going to shame you for eating as much as you want whenever you want. But you do realize this is not the best way to live your complete life. So here's your plan. When you're in your 20s and maybe your early 30s, you'll just eat whatever you want, whenever you want, as much as you want. But when you hit your mid-30s, you'll decide to eat healthy, slim down, and take care of your body. Would that be possible? According to statistics, not really. Of adults who lose a significant amount of weight, only about 2% are able to keep the weight off for more than a year. Sure, there are exceptions to the rule, but these are the exceptions that prove the rule. What does all this mean? When it comes to body count, sometimes it matters, sometimes it doesn't. But if you ultimately want a long-term committed relationship with a high-quality person, then having a high body count may keep that from happening. What do you think? Let us know in the comments. If you'd like to learn more about human nature and human relationships, please visit mindpersuasion.com. Check out the links below. Thank you for watching.